Hi parents, I am Mrs. Wilson. I'm one of the kindergarten teachers at Chiefland Elementary School, and I'm the teacher that's been chosen to do our beginning writing program videos for our Canvas pages. I wanted to do a short video just for parents to introduce myself and our writing program that we use in kindergarten so that you have a better idea of what the videos that will follow, of what they'll entail and how you can help your child at home. So I wanted to let you know that we start on day one, writing. The very first day we have all the kindergartners with us, we'll be getting out their writing journals and we'll be beginning the writing program. And we do not expect them, any child in our room, to know all of their letters, all of their sounds, be able to write, and be able to write sentences, of course. But we do want to fully immerse them in letters and sounds. And as they're learning those letters and sounds, we want them to learn how to write them and build that confidence with all of the phonics and phonemic awareness that we're doing in our room, rather than segment it. So from day one, we will be using our writing journals, but you will see that in the beginning, it's a lot of talking and a lot of drawing and less writing. And as the year goes on, we'll move more and more into independent writing. But in the beginning, we're just getting them comfortable with using a pencil, using crayons, thinking and describing, focusing on a topic, and allowing them a lot of time to draw, because most kindergartners are much more comfortable with drawing. So in the beginning, we will, like I just said, we'll talk about a topic, we'll focus in on it and draw it. There will be a lot of directed drawings. I have improved my drawing skills quite a bit in the last couple years, thinking about how to draw things so that it's easier for a kindergartner to also draw. And then we'll start with labeling. This week our videos will focus on school supplies. So each day we'll only be drawing one simple thing and trying to think about what sounds we're hearing in that word and what letters it is. As the year progresses, we'll move into topics like, what's your favorite food? What's your favorite animal? Tell me about this book we read. But for now and for quite a while, we'll be focusing on a specific prompt, a specific topic, and just drawing and labeling that. So what you'll need to do our writing videos is pencils and crayons. In my classroom, we talk very often that pencils are for writing and crayons are for drawing. So we really want them to try to write with a pencil and draw with their crayons. They serve two different purposes and they're very different in how children use them. So we're working towards pencils because that's what they'll see in the upper grades. I will probably always use a marker just so that it gets through the video easily to see, but at home we'd really prefer them writing with a pencil if possible. Of course, you have to use whatever you have at home. In my classroom, I think all the classrooms have writing journals and they'll be writing in those in class. So if you have your child's writing journal at home, you can feel free to use those journals. They're great for the familiarity that when we get our writing journals out, we're writing, but they're also great to use as a portfolio to see how far your child's come this year. Additionally, when we're talking or writing about something we've done previously, we can look back to see how we drew it and also how we spelled those words out to use as an aid. So they're very helpful. If you don't have writing journals, you may have paper at home. It might be brown or a white copy where there's picture space at the top and lines at the bottom. That's really helpful so that our students have time to draw, or have space, to draw, and then also write their words, and they can clearly see what goes where. But whatever you have at home, blank paper, notebook paper, anything's better than nothing. If you have any questions or concerns about supplies to use at home, please feel free to reach out to your child's teacher and we'll see what we can do. So that's what you'll need to get started with our writing program. I just wanted to talk to you about two things as parents to help your child with our writing program, things that we as teachers need from you at home. And the first one is the hardest one, is let your child struggle. It's very hard as a teacher and as a mom. I'm a mom of two myself, to let your child struggle and sit with something that they're not immediately good at, but it's one of the most helpful things you can do for them as a parent. When I say struggle, I don't mean throw down tears. I don't mean frustration level. I mean sitting with something for a few minutes when it's difficult. A lot of times kids don't like to do things they're not good at. Adults don't either. But we need to let them see that things are going to be difficult in life and that we have to work through them. So allowing them to sit and think about something that they're unsure of helps them build their stamina to continue working on things that are hard for them. It also allows them time to think. sometimes I don't know the answer immediately and I want to just move on. But if I'll sit and think with it, of course I really know it. I know the answer, or I know how to sound that out. I just needed to take the time to try. So we're asking that you let them struggle just a little. The other thing is right along with allowing them to struggle, and that's phonetic spelling. So we've all been through school. We've learned that the English language has lots of weird and crazy rules, and things aren't always spelled like they sound. But in kindergarten, we want to simplify that. And so we use phonetic spelling, or writing what you're hearing. So often when you'll look at a child's paper, you may or may not be able to read what they're saying, but they can tell you what it says because they're writing down the letters, the sounds that they're hearing. And we want to encourage that in kindergarten. It can feel like we're adding in an extra step because we're going to have to go back and fix that. But what we're really doing is building their confidence in what they know. And as they learn more, we begin to fine tune that. So for example, if they were writing blue, they might write BLU. And that would be wonderful for a kindergartner to be able to do that. They might just write B because they heard that first sound. We'll work with them wherever they're at, but we want them to write what they're hearing and what they're comfortable with, and we'll continue to push them and encourage them to sound those words out. The other thing about phonetic spelling is that it allows them to focus on the message that they're trying to give us, that whole concept or that whole sentence later in the year, instead of worrying about each little tiny letter. Sometimes we can get so bogged down in making sure that we follow all of the spelling rules that we forget what we were trying to say, and we really want them to focus on what they're saying. We can fine-tune the spelling as we go. The other thing is kindergarten teachers are very skilled at reading kindergarten writing. So I can look at a child's paper and most of the time figure out what they were trying to say, and it really helps me as the teacher see what they're hearing and what they're processing, and where I can help them become better by reading what they're hearing and what they're thinking. So even though it may not make sense, if most of the time I can look at it and figure it out, and that really gives me an idea for where they're at with their letters and sounds and reading and writing. So if you have any questions at all, please reach out to your child's teacher if that's not me, or you can reach out to me directly, either way, since I'll be doing these videos. We want your child to be successful, and we will work with your child wherever they're at, whether they're in our classrooms or completely online. So we're looking forward to an exciting new year and working with you. So thank you.